everybody is educated, everybody is going to need financial independence, but that does not mean we stop going back home. वैल्यूज होती हैं जैसे ऑनेस्टी, इंटेग्रिटी, ये हम घर से लर्न करते हैं. When you said that work will be work only when done for money, that means a home does not exist. Every chore in house is important and can be done by everybody. Be there with your child when they are small, because that is when they need you the most.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Great Principles. Today we have a very special episode. It is not any principal who is joining us or any leader who is joining us. It is someone who is a edupreneur who brings out the best in you. Because leadership is not something which is taught or just injected in you. Leadership is something which is developed, it is inculcated, and you live this life through and throughout the years. And it is not about that a leader is someone who is leading a nation or who has a million of followers or who is in a corporate setup. It starts with the base of the society, and that base is family. Our family, yours family, my family. So, the place where we are going to set up a lot of leaders, our children look up to us as leaders. They have no other option when we want them, to have everything right for them. So let's try and equip them with the right kind of environment. Let's nurture to all potential leaders of tomorrow and let's equip our children with the best of it. So, joining me in conversation is Miss Mona Mehra. She is founder of Vision Search, who brings out the leader in you. And I'm really, really excited to understand from her what made her do, what made her, motivated her to start something like this where no one even thinks about it. So let's hear it out from Ms. Mona Mehra. Welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. I'm really honored to have you with me. So humble and proud.
Thank you. Thank you, Seema. And it's a great work that you're doing. I keep watching your episodes, and it's so much to learn from the principals and people who are nurturing the talent and our future. What I'm doing is I am basically a risk management professional who has ventured into this finding why we do not accept home into living. Why am I saying is that, see, growing up I saw a lot of it that my mother, my aunts were all told tum kya karti ho ghar mein, and so much of disrespect, and there eventually a very sad demise of all of them. And I always had this question, why? And then in 2014, I had a spine surgery. I was working in corporates, and after that, I thought that maybe I'll share my thoughts with and my maybe I'll start teaching in school. So I went to schools, and there they asked me a question. A very renowned school, a principal asked me a question that, how do you build self confidence in children? And I said, it doesn't start from here. It starts from a home. And then I realized that nobody is talking about a home anywhere. And nobody wants to also. You know why? Because as soon as you go home, you become a homemaker. And homemaker is a very derogatory word all across the world. जैसे ही होम मेकर कहा जाता है, वो पता नहीं दिमाग में लोगों के घूमने लगता है कि एक औरत जो कि पूरा टाइम घर में पोछा झाड़ू ये सब कर रही है, एंड उसका बाय गॉड बहुत शोषण हो रहा है. अब जेंडर को साइड में रखते हैं और वी विल थिंक टॉक अबाउट कि कोई भी कर सकता है, इसमें कोई जेंडर कहीं नहीं आता. एक घर होता क्या है? क्या हम एक्चुअली, आई एम आस्किंग यू सीमा, कैन वी सर्वाइव विदाउट अ होम? व्हाट इज अ होम टू यू?
Home to me is my dream place where I find solace. I find comfort where I am myself. I can be the best of myself there. Where no one is judging me. That is my home.
दैट इज, नोबडी इज जजिंग यू, यू कैन बी योरसेल्फ. हम कहीं भी हों, चाहे हम कहीं भी जॉब कर रहे हो, हम मून में भी चले जाएं जॉब करने के लिए, बहुत हाई फ्लाइंग जॉब हो, बहुत सारे डिजिग्नेशन हो, इवेंचुअली तो हम घर ही आते हैं ना. शुरुआत वहीं से होती है, दिन का काम करके हम घर ही में आते हैं. बेसिकली घर में हम रिलैक्स करते हैं, हमारी फैमिलीज होती हैं. वो फैमिली ही एक जहाँ पर एक चाइल्ड होता है, हम सारे रोल्स प्ले करते हैं। मैं जैसे एक बेटी हूँ, एक माँ हूँ, एक बहू हूँ, एक आगे जाके शायद सास बनूँगी। आई एम श्योर यू ऑल आल्सो प्लेइंग ऑल दीज़ रोल्स। हम जो ये रोल्स प्ले करते हैं घर में, यही तो घर होता है, इसी से तो फैमिली बनती है। चाहे उसमें एक बच्चा होगा, एक बड़ा होगा, एक पेरेंट होगा, एक इन-लॉज़ होंगे, एक सास होगी, एक बहू होगी, एक बेटी होगी। तो और यही आदमी के लिए भी होता है। एक बेटा होता है, एक या तो वो फादर बनेगा, फिर ये सारे रोल्स हम प्ले करेंगे। तो घर में जो हम रोल्स प्ले करते हैं, दैट इज अ होम मेकर। हम सारे होम मेकर्स होते हैं पहले, फिर हम प्रोफेशनल। प्रोफेशनल इज जस्ट वन रोल वी प्ले फॉर मनी। बट लोगों में इतना कंफ्यूजन है इस बात को लेके कि होम मेकर का मतलब जैसे ही बोलो, पता है मीडिया ने हमारे दिमाग में कौन सी परसेप्शन भर दी है। सारे इतने वो हो जाते हैं, डिफेंसिव हो जाते हैं, और या फिर इतने डेरोगेटरी ग्लांसेस से देखते हैं। कोई नहीं होता होम मेकर, हम ही होते हैं, हम ही घर जाते हैं। अब प्रॉब्लम ये हो गई है कि लोग बिकॉज़ हमने उस बात को, और इसलिए क्यों हुआ? क्योंकि हम लोग, सी इफ यू आर 6th एंड 7th क्लास की बुक देखोगे कि उसमें भी लिखा हुआ है कि हम घर के काम को काम नहीं समझते। क्यों नहीं समझते भई? काम जैसे लॉन्ड्री होता है, वही तो जाके बिज़नेस बनेगा। कहाँ से शुरू करोगे तुम?
Ma'am,
खाना घर में।
here I
हाँ।
would just intervene. I'm sorry, but because you have somewhere awakened me. Because when I was child, when I used to see my mother at home full time, I always had this कुछ भी हो जाए भाई मैं घर पे नहीं बैठने वाली हूँ. Because as you said, वो जो disrespect है वो actually मैंने भी देखा है कि कोई value ही नहीं करता है. Until I myself went through this phase, I realized कि कितना बड़ा काम है ये. To have
हुँ।
someone who is taking care of your family. Today I am working also and I have my own home. So for me, I have seen everything. The entrepreneurial journey, the job market, the corporate setup, everything. And today I can say the toughest job is the job of a homemaker, and I can't do it well. And I accept this
एब्सोल्युटली,
today.
एब्सोल्युटली। देखो आजकल ना ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं होता, हम अपने बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं। अब जाएँगे तो मैं भी एक माँ हूँ, उसके अलावा मैं एक प्रोफ़ेशन में भी हूँ, मैं भी एंटरप्रेन्योर हूँ। सारे बच्चे पढ़ के जाके जॉब करेंगे, कोई भी ऐसा नहीं होगा किसी को फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी नहीं चाहिए। उसके बाद जाके जब वो शादी करेंगे, और शादी करके जब आएगी, दैट इज़ व्हेन यू स्टार्ट मेकिंग योर होम। तो क्वेश्चन यही आएगा कि कौन करेगा घर में काम? अब तुमने ये कह दिया कि घर में काम, तो काम होता नहीं है, तो लड़ाई वहीं से शुरू होगी। एंड आजकल इतना, आज हमारे इंडिया में सोचो, जस्ट बिकॉज द फैमिली सेटअप इज स्टिल स्ट्रॉन्गर, थोड़ा सा बचा हुआ है, बट यहाँ पर भी डाइवोर्स हो रहे हैं। द बेसिक सेम फैब्रिक में रिमेन कि काम कौन करेगा। भाई उसको काम ही कहते हैं, उसमें टाइम लगना है, एफर्ट लगना है। जब तुम उसको काम ही नहीं समझोगे, क्योंकि तुम अपने आप नहीं काम कर सकते, तुम मेड रखोगे, उसके पैसे दोगे तो काम हो जाएगा। See, what we have said is work happens only for money. We will accept that. इसका मतलब ये होता है कि अगर मैं खाना बनाने का काम करूंगी, सेम काम, वो काम नहीं होगा। लेकिन अगर मैं मेड रख लूंगी और उसको पैसे दूंगी, तो वो काम हो जाएगा। इसका मतलब मैं अपना काम नहीं कर सकती, which is so stupid. That means nobody can do any their own work. उसको काम नहीं माना जाएगा, and that is what is the basis, which is completely wrong. इसीलिए हम लोग इतनी प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि सब चीज़ तो कमर्शियलाइज़ हो गया। अब काम की परिभाषा में ढलने के लिए मुझे अपने पड़ोसी के लिए काम करना पड़ेगा पैसे के लिए। मतलब हाउ विल दिस हैपन? तो दैट इज़ व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू गेट अक्रॉस टू पीपल, और उसी के लिए मैं बहुत थोड़ा अलग बात करती हूँ। दैट इज़ व्हाट आई से।
So ma'am, ये मतलब what you are saying, I completely agree with you. And being a mother myself, I have two kids to look after. बहुत बार मुझे ये लगता है कि अगर मैं वर्किंग नहीं हूँ, अगर मैं होम मेकर हूँ, तो क्या मैं मेरे बच्चों को ज़्यादा बेटर अपॉर्च्युनिटीज़ दिला सकती हूँ? बट जब मैंने वो भी किया, तो मुझे रियलाइज़ हुआ कि जब मैं घर में होती हूँ, तब मैं क्वालिटी टाइम नहीं देती, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है मैं तो हमेशा ही अवेलेबल हूँ ना, और मेरे बच्चे भी फिर मुझे वैसे ही ट्रीट करते हैं, मेरी फैमिली भी फिर मुझे वैसे ही ट्रीट करते हैं। ये तो घर पे ही है ना, तो हम कभी भी इससे मिल लेंगे, कभी भी बात कर लेंगे, शी विल डू एनीथिंग एनी टाइम। बट व्हेन आई हैव डेडिकेटेड 2 आवर्स, that is the time that they are, no, no, she is available only in these hours. Let us try and sit. And even it's applicable to me also as a mother. When I know I just have only 2 hours, I give that quality, undivided attention to my children, to my home, to my kitchen, to everything. सो मैम ये भी होता है, क्योंकि आप उसी में हो दिन रात, आप खुद भी उसको अंडर वैल्यू करने लगते हो।
एब्सोल्युटली। करना भी मतलब ये होना भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि सी हम लोग सबको वैरायटीज जरूरत होती है। एक ही चीज करते करते ना हम बहुत बोर भी हो जाते हैं। तो ये तो मैं कभी भी नहीं कहूंगी कि वुमन को कभी भी बाहर जाके या फिर कुछ अलग अपनी हॉबीज और अपने लिए फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं होना चाहिए। होना चाहिए भाई, सब लोगों को फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंस और ऐसी चीज करनी चाहिए जिससे कि उनके लिए उनका दिमाग कहीं और भी लगे। क्योंकि घर में एक ही चीज करते करते यू विल गेट बोर्ड, फ्रस्ट्रेटेड एंड पीपल विल टेक यू फॉर ग्रांटेड। प्लीज लर्न न्यू थिंग्स, स्किल्स, नई चीज लर्न करना। जैसे मैंने पब्लिक स्पीकिंग सीखी बिकॉज मुझे बहुत डर लगता था, लेकिन मैंने ये किया क्योंकि मैं आई वांट इट, मेरा पैशन था कि मैं आई वांटेड टू गेट अक्रॉस टू पीपल। तो मैंने 5 साल उसको लर्न किया। कुछ और स्किल्स आती हैं, जैसे अभी मैं कुछ और लर्न करने की कोशिश करूंगी जैसे मुझे जरूरत होगी। तो प्लीज, अगर आपकी हॉबी है गार्डनिंग, तो मैं कहती हूँ कि जैसे वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड इज गॉट अ ब्यूटीफुल गार्डन इन हर प्लेस। और अभी उसका बेटा, अब वो 12th पास कर गया है एंड शी जस्ट जॉइन अ जॉब। तो आई सेड, शी सेज कि अब मेरा बहुत अच्छा टाइम गुजर रहा है क्योंकि मैं बिजी रहती हूँ। तो आई सेड दैट इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। बट डोंट फॉरगेट कि अभी मेरे बच्चे अगर छोटे हैं, इफ यू हैव अ न्यू बॉर्न बेबी, इट विल टेक you 20 hours in a day. As a mother I know. अब तुमने ये कह दिया कि वो 20 hours मदर की है, वो that is completely wasted. तो come on यार, मतलब a mother is not better than a maid. मतलब she will keep a maid, it will become work and she is not doing any work. How can you say that? So that is the point I want to say, that come on, everybody is educated. Everybody is going to need financial independence, but that does not mean we stop going back home. इसका मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि हम घर नहीं जाएंगे और घर में सब इक्वलाइज हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि कोई डेजिग्नेशन नहीं होती एंड nobody is watching you. See, your true character comes out there. Your character is built in a home. You learn leadership by watching your parents. तुम अपने फैमिली को देख के लीडरशिप लर्न करते हो। और लीडरशिप ऐसा नहीं है कि ऑफिस में जाके हम लर्न करें। ऑफ कोर्स हम स्किल्स बहुत सारी लर्न करते हैं, बट जो वैल्यूज होती हैं, जैसे ऑनेस्टी, इंटेग्रिटी, ये हम घर से लर्न करते हैं। और आजकल इंटेग्रिटी और ऑनेस्टी की बहुत कमी हो गई है चारों तरफ। अब उसका रीजन भी यही है कि अरे घर भी तो होना चाहिए। You've taken her home out of the system of living. Because when you said that work will be work only when done for money, that means a home does not exist. अरे कोई भी घर में पैसे के लिए कैसे काम कर सकता है?
वेरी ट्रू। Ma'am, having said that, there is one thing which is again, tickling my mind here. I was hearing some podcast, and over there is a renowned person. I'm not going to name her here. She says that I wanted to break out the news that I will be the next CEO of this company. But as soon as I reached home, I was telling this, not today I got promoted, and I was told go and get bread packet first. Rather, my
Right.
husband was sitting at the home from past 1 hour. But I was supposed to go and get the bread packet. So, when will we change this notion that even she is working, when she comes home, how do you expect her to get into the kitchen, get all the work done, and serve her food? Rather, when a male, I'm not gender biased here, but this is what is happening in every house. When a male comes, he'll sit on the sofa with the remote in the hand and you will serve the glass of water to him also. But what about the female? Even she is working on similar hours, she is also doing the similar kind of. So how do we change this perspective too?
Absolutely. This is a very important perspective. And every child who's being brought up by mothers, please teach them that you have to do your own work. I have a son who's going to be a chef, and my daughter is not very keen on cooking. But I tell both of them that you need to learn cooking and you need to understand that every chore in house is important and can be done by everybody. एंड एज मतलब मिडिल क्लास लोग हैं हमारे, मदर इन लॉ है मेरे घर में। तो मुझे याद है जब मैंने पहली बार अपने बेटे को लॉन्ड्री, कपड़े धोना सिखाया एंड आई वाज टीचिंग हिम ऑल दिस, तो मेरे घर में मेरी मदर इन लॉ ने बोला, व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? तुम बेटे को सिखा रही हो, तुम्हें शर्म, मतलब क्या क्या नहीं सुनने को मिला मुझे। तो मैं ये कहूंगी कि हमसे ही शुरू होता है और हम इसकी अहमियत अपने बच्चों को जरूर बतानी चाहिए, क्योंकि बड़े होके भाई वही लड़के बोलेंगे कि तुम मुझे सर्व करो, मतलब दे विल मेन विल एक्सपेक्ट कि तुम वुमन विल सर्व देम, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है। सी इट इज अ गिव एंड टेक। कई बार मैं थकी होंगी तो मैं, मेरे हस्बैंड मुझे पूछेंगे और मुझे देंगे, तो मैं सेम चीज करूंगी अगर वो थके होंगे। तो मैं ये नहीं कहूंगी कि यार आज तुम थके हो, मेरे को सर्व करो। मुझे पता है वो थके हैं, और जिस दिन मैं थकी थी तब ही टुक केयर ऑफ मी। सो इट इज अ गिव एंड टेक। एंड मैं ये सोचती हूँ कि ये हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के बीच में होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हर लोगों की अलग अंडरस्टैंडिंग होती है कपल की। ये टाइम के साथ आती है कि भाई मैंने भी किया था, तुम भी आज मेरी जरूरत है, तुम कर लो। तो ये ऐसे ही होता है।
Yeah, ma'am, and gone are the days now. Now, women are super qualified. They are, much more qualified than males also, the boys also. Gone are the days then when we were, discriminating that beti hai to kam padhao, beta hai to zyada padhao. Now all are equal. So, I really
Absolutely.
love the point jahan aapne ye mention kiya ki set the example right. When you have boys in the family, when the father themselves participate in all the household chores and his himself serving the mother, he is setting the right tone for his son in future so that he respects all the females in his life further, and even for females that by doing any kind of work, अभी हमारे सबके घर में डोमेस्टिक हेल्प है, बट हम बच्चों को ये सिखाना भूल जाते हैं कि it's okay to do household work also. That's fine if you're doing a jhadu or pocha or washing utensils. That doesn't make you small. So, there are a lot of teaching lessons, and I think all the schools can take this up. And when they're teaching in school, they can teach that any work is not small or big, whether it's household work for any gender. So, ma'am,
Absolutely.
how would you give tips to our teachers that, how can they ensure that the respect for both the genders, the role of leading a home is on equal shoulders of father and mother? So, how would you, set up how would you guide them that what kind of tips they can share when they are teaching, what kind of examples that they can give to run a successful family in future?
This is a very difficult question you have posed to me, because right now तो कोई भी घर को कुछ समझता ही नहीं है। तो मैं तो घर की परसेप्शन को ही ऊपर उठाने के लिए इतना कुछ करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ। सी इसी को हाउस होल्ड कहते हैं, इसी को घर कहते हैं। घर से ही हम शुरुआत करते हैं। और मैं एक मेरी पता नहीं, मेरी एक फ्रेंड, मेरी नीस है, उसके स्कूल में एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल था। द प्रिंसिपल, आई डोंट नो कोविड टाइम था कि कोविड से पहले की टाइम है, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर, कि द प्रिंसिपल herself took the mop and she did a little bit of jhadu pocha just to show that no work is lower and above each us, one of us. She did dusting, and then seeing the principal do it, the children started dusting their own classrooms. That example stuck to me because I said, what a way to teach that no work is small or big. हम ये छोटी-छोटी चीज़ें जो हम करते हैं घर में, अगर हम उसी को, जैसे कि देखो ये डस्टिंग होती है, बेसिकली इट्स अ चोर इन अ हाउस। अगर हम वही अपना काम अपने आप करने लगें, तो हमें रियलाइज़ होगा कि काम है, एंड देन इट नीड्स रिस्पेक्ट, एंड इट टेक्स टाइम एंड एफर्ट। तो अगर हम ये किसी को, बच्चे को सिखा सकें रिस्पेक्ट करना, मैं तुमसे पूछूंगी, मुझे नहीं पता, मैं तो वो वाला एग्जाम्पल लेके आई वाज वेरी इम्प्रेस्ड। एंड इफ वी कैन टीच द पेरेंट्स that there is a little bit of respect for the work that you do and teach children, तो हम अपने घर में मैं तो अपने बच्चों को बताने की कोशिश करती हूँ कि छोटे छोटे चोर्स होते हैं, they require time, effort and do it yourself, because my kids do it all the time. So I would say when they do it themselves, they have the respect for that. That is the only way. But कैसे करोगे? Because practically किसी के पास टाइम होना चाहिए बताने के लिए घर में। जब दोनों
Yeah.
ही वर्किंग हैं, दोनों के पास टाइम नहीं है, तो फिर you will have to use the weekends somewhere to draw the line and teach them. That's what I think.
I remember one of the school leader on my show, they share a wonderful example around it. They said, that we asked all our parents, हमने mothers को बोला कि आप एक chart prepare करो and write down the list. Today I made my bed. Today I put my clothes to laundry. Today I washed my dishes. Just jot down all the small, small things that a child as per his age can do. And then whenever he does anything, just put a star and share it with us. And this actually worked. Children started participating and enjoying doing all the household chores, and there was a lot of learning. their motor skills develop, their sensory skills develop, because now they were, used to getting their hands dipped in the water and cleaning. So this was the wonderful example which I actually loved, and I experimented this at my own place. So there is a big chart in my kids' room with all the stars sticking, that okay, you did this, so this is good for you. So that activity actually helps, and children get really motivated. It's not always about, monetary appreciation that we look for, just one word of praise that does magic. So that star was actually something very magical for the children, because those stars were, when they were counted, the school was also getting their, they have the system of parachutes. So every child has a parachute after his name, so that parachute was going up. So these all things are small small things, but they
Oh,
really go a
that's
long way.
very nice. What a good example you've given me how to, teach them and, reward them. I'm going to try this. And this is a very good thing that you've told me. I'm going to try this. Absolutely. My kids are taught that they have to, I lay down the rules that this is what you have to do today, this is what you have to do, because I can't do everything because I'm also busy. So my kids help me out. Sometimes my son is making breakfast, my daughter is, folding clothes, doing dusting. Sometimes, our domestic helps do not turn up. And anyways, I believe that we should learn to do these things ourselves, which is very important.
Certainly, ma'am. So, ma'am, one last question to you now. So, in Vision Search, what kind of programs that we have which can help us change the perspective, as well as, motivate us to do what we are doing in the best manner?
Okay, basically in Vision Search, I'm a risk management professional. I said that I've worked in corporates a lot. I've been into business intelligence and diligence. That is the the work that I used to do in defining a home. What I do work home integration. So basically, I'm trying to say that if we are learning organizational skills, we do the same organization in a home. That is called resource management. Now, I'm a home science graduate from Lady Irwin, so all these things we have been taught. So I'm just putting it in context of a home. In resource management, we talk about various resources. Maybe it's grocery. It is what we, the more extension of it we learn when we go out on across in the organization. Then we have child development, a very, which comes under the parenting, child development, and these are the skills that we require. When you have your kids, then you would require that how is the development of a child happen. But here I would talk about leadership aspect. See, you are a leader to a child and the child will follow you. And with living with a child, you will learn many skills yourself, because patience is one virtue that I learned with my children. It is not, I learned that children will make noise, they will not follow your command, and I have to be patient. I did not have patience, and living with my children taught me patience. And my children learned many things right from me, and something which I'm doing wrong, I will see the reflection in them. Sometimes I use that, had got in the habit saying oh shit. And I realized that I made this mistake जब मेरा बेटा खुद बोल रहा था. तो मेरा बेटे, then I said oh no, now I have to change this. तो जो मैं गलत कर रही थी मुझे वो दिख रहा था मेरे बच्चों में. तो वो बहुत बारी होता है कि हम जो गलत करते हैं वो बहुत जल्दी कॉपी होता है, क्योंकि हम जो राइट करते हैं वो भी कॉपी होता है.
We are the role model actually, and yes, our kids are our own reflection. So whatever is your child, it's you who have made him. So be very very cautious, because children are great observers. They observe
Absolutely.
you every time, and in fact, each and every member of the family, they are super observant. They observe how you dress, how you talk, where you go, what you eat, how you behave, everything. So ma'am is very right that the leadership starts from home, and I'm sure that all my viewers would be very much benefited today. Feel free to connect it with ma'am, and see how you can change the things around you for the better tomorrow, for yourself also, and for your further future generations. And all my dear teachers, my dear school leaders, you all are also mothers, and maximum of you are females out there. So managing, and there are, in fact, I came across many males in on my show, those who are running a school and yet living single and managing their home also. So this would be something very wonderful program for them. So please feel connected to ma'am, and If you have anything more to share with us, do share us. We would try to bring in more leaders sharing their thoughts with us. Today's conversation was truly sensational, ma'am. There is so many things that we have touched here. So, ma'am, before we move and end this session, any closing note that you would like to give to our audience?
Uh, Closing note I would like to see is that be there with your child when they are small, because that is when they need you the most. And because when they grow up, they don't need you much. My daughter is gone in college now, and she doesn't require me much apart from a little bit of mentoring here and there. But my son is in seventh, he requires me. And it is the time element which is of essence. It is the time, and we all have limited time. When they grow up, you will miss this time. So spend it wisely and spend it with your child, with your family when it is required. That's all I want to say, is that it is you, it's your happiness, it's your family. Make it, lovingly and with lot of care, because that is where, we truly dwell in a family, in a home. That's all.
Absolutely. Family is the biggest asset. So let's all try and give the best of it and make the best of it. And for children, be always available as much as possible. So, what a wonderful session today. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. I really enjoyed the conversation. All the ideologies you shared, they actually are practical problems, and finding solution is very difficult. And going ahead, we are seeing a generation, as you rightly mentioned somewhere, that divorces are happening. All this is happening because we don't take up household duties on an equal shoulders. We don't share the load. We just talk, ye tumhara kaam hai, ye mera kaam hai. But that's not that way. It's equal responsibility. So to have a blissful life, let's have more such conversation. Thank you so much, Munana.
Thank you. Thank you, Seema. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.